What's happening? Facebook and YouTube, how you doing? Good Sunday morning. I am Kendrick, the sports guy, and you know what time it is. It is our Sunday Sports Wrap Up, where we wrap up some of the biggest sports stories of the previous week. I'm also live on TikTok right now, so if you see me going back and forth, I am live on TikTok where it's a full house right now. What's up, Marvin Harris? Good. Appreciate that follow. Thanks for popping in. Gilbert Delacy, thank you for popping in. I see you. Tess Besticles, is that what that is? If that is, I like that name. Tess Besticles. Appreciate that. Does Jair return? Sean is already asking. I've been seeing reports that it's 50-50 right now, Sean. I don't think he will. Yo, I love that. I love that name, a guy. That's one of my favorite names thus far, Tess Besticles. You can't get any better than that. But anyway, I am Kendrick, the sports guy. Again, we're going to be talking NBA playoffs. We're going to talk about NFL draft 2025, the year of the prank, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the legendary Hall of Fame head coach, Greg Popovich, who's stepping away from coaching. But while I'm on here, YouTube and Facebook, you make sure you come in, you like, you subscribe to the channels. That is TFG Sports Media as well as Kendrick Sports Hustle. If you haven't already, doesn't cost you anything. Make sure you click that notification bell as well to be alerted when new content, live streams are headed your way. And comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Don't be in the bushes hiding. Comment. Join the conversation. And then I gotta do what I always do. This is Club Kendrick. Sometimes a Wi-Fi connection be wanting to trip. So my Wi-Fi guy, I'm telling my Wi-Fi right now, you come in here, you sit down, don't touch a damn thing, and you behave yourself. You hear me, Wi-Fi? I got to tell my Wi-Fi that every time I go live. So we're going to see what happens with that. Go Pack Go. Caleb owns you. Caleb undefeated at Lambeau. Stop it. Caleb doesn't own. He barely owned those 4 wins, by the way, of those damn Bears. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, it's already some nonsense going on over here on TikTok. But anyway, I appreciate that. You know, I got love for you, my guy. What's that? VSOP Nico, got love for you. Anyway, let's go ahead and get down to it. Let's go ahead and talk about the NBA playoffs. I know a lot of people really don't start watching the playoffs watching the NBA until the playoffs. Yeah. Coming every year, VSOP, whatever. We'll see. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But let's talk about the NBA playoffs. Today, we got a Game 7 going down in H-Town, by the way. Golden State, 7th seed, and the 2 seed, the Houston Rockets. I didn't expect this series to go 7. I thought when Golden State went up 3-1, I thought this was a wrap. I just thought that the Rockets with their you got a young group, got a young core, outside of veteran leadership of Fred VanVleet. I just thought, with the Warriors, even though they're not as athletic as the Rockets, I thought that their experience was going to be, that was going to close this thing out. But I don't know, man. I think it's Game 7. It's H-Town. I got to lean toward the Rockets. The Rockets went in and got that big win the other night. And so, I'm going with the Rockets to take this thing in 7. Jimmy Butler is going to be – he said he's coming in. He's going to be ready to go tonight, rather. So we're going to see what happens in that. So, yeah, that's a Game 7 we got going on tonight. I believe it's on TNT. You got the Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. Now, who's going to be waiting on that team is the Timberwolves, who has the most electrifying player in the league. What's up, Love is Beautiful? Hey, how you doing? Thanks for popping in. I think Anthony Edwards, and I've said this before, he is my favorite NBA player to watch. I think the young fella is all that and a bag of chips. If we can just get him to quit his extracurricular activities outside of the basketball court, i.e. fathering all these babies, he's that dude. So the Timberwolves are going to be well rested. What up, Matt? Yes, sir. Go Pack Go. The Timberwolves going to be well rested for either the Rockets or the Warriors. Now, the Timberwolves already taken down the king, some refer to him as, that is LeBron James. If the Warriors win this one, can Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves take down another future Hall of Famer in Stephen Curry? And some would say Draymond Green too. So we're gonna see what happens, man. That's gonna be a good matchup. Either the Rockets or the Golden State versus the Timberwolves. That's gonna be a great matchup. Speaking of matchups, we already got another one that's going down in the Western Conference. We already know after the Nuggets dismantled the Clippers last night, 120-101 to take that series 4-3. They will face the number one seed in the West, the Oklahoma City Thunder, which no one is really talking about. And I've said it. And I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will win the MVP. I think his hands down. I don't think it'll be close, and I think he deserves it. But OKC and the Nuggets, that's going to be an interesting matchup for Denver. Considering a lot of people pretty much had this team not going anywhere after firing their head coach a couple of weeks ago, Mike Budenholzer. The assistant David Adelman is the head coach now, who is the son of the late Rick Adelman, who coached those Portland Trailblazers teams. And the Nuggets, man, they just do what they do. Jokic had a solid game, nothing spectacular. 16 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. But Aaron Gordon led the way for the Nuggets last night with 22 points. As far as the Clippers, what's next for them? I don't know, man. James Harden. Everybody says what a prolific scorer he is. Sending love from Florida. I see you, Brian. What's happening? Appreciate the love. Everybody talks about how explosive and one of the best offensive players ever to play the game. I probably would say that. But he's done nothing to cement his playoff legacy. That is James Harden, in my opinion. He only had 7 points and was 2 for 8 from the field last night. If you that dude, you don't have a game like that in Game 7. That's all I got to say. If you do that, you're not that dude. So James Harden will always go down as one of the great offensive player, but never really done much in the playoffs. That's the way I look at him. As far as Kawhi Leonard, I think when he's healthy, he's one of the best. But but his availability is his best ability, and his availability has been a little short the last couple of years. That is Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion. Plan B says he's still better than Wade. Nah, I would take Dwayne Wade 10 times over over James Harden. That's not even an argument for me at all. I would take Dwayne Wade. If we were playing a pickup game, and you know how you play pickup, and you're playing 3-on-3, and you got the first pick, I'm picking Wade 10 times over this. I'm taking James. That's just me. You like what you like. So you like the Rockets tonight? Actually, I do like the Rockets tonight. Mac Attack. Thanks for popping in. I do like them. I think Fred VanVleet has came in and showed, veteran leadership, his championship pedigree when he was with the Toronto Raptors. And I like the Rockets tonight at home. I think it's going to be tough. I think it's going to be tough for Golden State. This is 7 games. You got the old legs on that side. I don't know if Jimmy Butler is really 100%, but he's going to play, so we're going to see. Michael Cummins says, "Go Bears." Boo. Yeah, go Bears. Yeah. And I like, it's a lot of Bears fans I noticed that pop up in my live. It is fun. It's a lot of Bears fans that pops up on my live, but I like it. Welcome to the party, Michael. Appreciate you. You make sure you go Pack Go. I see you. So again, we got that game tonight. Also, we got game 1 tipping off tonight over in the Eastern Conference. We got the Cavs and the Pacers, number 1 seed Cleveland Cavaliers versus the number 4 seed Indiana Pacers. Both are coming off easy series, I would say. The Cavs, they got the sweep over the Orlando Magic in the first round. The Pacers got the gentleman sweep over my hometown Milwaukee Bucks, 4-1. Yeah, if you didn't know, I gotta always say I was Texas raised, Wisconsin born. I was born in Milwaukee. So that's why I am a Packers fan. And you got it. He says, how would you rank the NFC North? No bias. Plan B has asked me that. I would say right now, I still would put the Lions as the champs. So I got to put them at 1. My Packers at 2. The Vikings at 3. And the Bears bringing up the rear. That's how I would rank the North right now. And again, it's all about what's on paper. Again, we all know until you get between them lines and play, it's all about what it looks like. He said no bias, and I did it with no bias, Jet. I did it with no bias. That's how I ranked it. If I was really biased, I would have put my Packers first, but I don't think we better than the Lions. I think we better than the Vikings and the Bears, though. No, Vikings ain't got a quarterback, Jet. Who is JJ McCarthy? Who is he? What is he gonna be? You don't know, right? After the draft, Bears better than the Vikings and Packers. Of course, you're gonna say that. That's your bias. I get it. Again, I still think the Lions are the best team in the division. Look what our offense did with Sam. That was Sam Darnold, Jet. You knew what you were getting with Sam Darnold. What you getting with JJ? What did he really do at Michigan, Jet? Really? Be honest with yourself, Jet. I'm just, hey, you say don't be biased. I'm just being honest with you. We really, the Vikings really don't know what you're getting with McCarthy until he put them pads on and he go to these get in training camp. We can make any quarterback be good. Okay, Jet. All right, I'm gonna let you roll with that. Yeah, he won a national championship, but was he that dude though, Curdy? I get it. Of course he won a national championship. He was that dude. I mean, yeah, he won a national championship. But did he really carry the team? And I'm not saying that you got to be you don't have to carry a team to be good. But what I'm saying is it's a whole different ball game now. That's just my thoughts. Again, no shade. I'm telling you my biased opinion. That's it. Jet says they're building around JJ like they did with them in Michigan. Okay. Yeah, they got the offense. Obviously, you got the receivers. I get it. Is he going to be a game manager or a game changer, though, Jet? Which one is he going to be, in your opinion? Jordan Travis before the injury is better than JJ. I have to agree with that, Varello. I do agree with that. And unfortunately, Jordan Travis has had to retire due to that injury. He's done with playing football. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he's announced his retirement. He can't go. I love the Matthew Golden pick. I really wanted the DB there. I really wanted to go with the Michigan cornerback, Will Johnson, or an offensive lineman, but I'm good with that. So, yeah, I like the Packers draft. But again, I done got off my guy Jet over here on TikTok. He coming at me, which is good. I love it. That's what I love. I love the discourse and all that. But again, we got NBA playoffs to talk about. I was just talking about the Eastern Conference, the Cavs and the Pacers. I think that's going to be a good series. Again, the Pacers swept, gave my Bucks the gentleman's sweep. And speaking of the Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton, dad John, will not be able to attend any of the Pacers game moving forward indefinitely, because I don't know if you saw. No, I'm not a Lions fan. I'm a Packers fan. By the way, Cavs in 5. That's what you're saying. Plan B. I think this will go 6. But John Halliburton has been banned after he actually walked up on Giannis Antetokounmpo and was taunting him. He wasn't even supposed to be on the court. How the hell did he get on the court? Well, the Pacers have banned him indefinitely. What up, my good brother DJ Dwayne Juice? How you doing, my man with the juice? If you want to find the best DJ on TikTok, you gotta go follow my guy DJ Dwayne Juice. Make sure you go follow him, show him some love. What's up, Meezy? Appreciate you with that follow. Lions are definitely the best team in the division. I appreciate that. Appreciate the love, DJ Dwayne. As an Eagles fan, I got Timberwolves rest of the season. Ant been cooking, Ivan. You're right. And I just was saying that he's my favorite NBA player to watch. Ant has been cooking. But again, the Cavs, Pacers, that tips off tonight, 5 p.m. on TNT. Then the other series over in the Eastern Conference, we got the number 3 seed Knicks versus the number 2 seed Celtics. That tips off on Monday, 6 p.m. on TNT. The Knicks got rid of the Pistons in 6, 4-2. And the Celtics got the gentleman's sweep over the Magic, 4-1. That's going to be a tough series. I think the Celtics are going to take that one in 6. Gotcha says Celtics in 5. Jet says I'm a Cavs and all Minnesota team fan. I hear you, Jet. And I'm a fan of Anthony Edwards, Jet. I think he is the most explosive player in the league. He, Ja Morant, Kyrie Irving are my 3 favorite players to watch in this current NBA. My guy Nolan DeBerry says, Bear down. Boy, it's a bunch of damn Bears fans over here. Yeah, Ant Tough. Yeah, you're right, Jet. God dang, where's he? Man, these Bears fans coming out like roaches. What the hell is going on? Lucas Soul Brown play. Oh, that's what you think? Plan B. Knicks bench too weak to beat Celtics. I think I kind of agree with that. I think the Celtics are going to win that thing in 6. Ant be getting me fired up, bro. He bring the energy for real. He does. That's my guy. I love watching some Anthony Edwards. So that's what's going down in the NBA. So if you want to get your NBA fix on, you got to wait till 5 o'clock today. Again, the first game 1 in the Eastern Conference, next round of the playoffs, Cavs and the Pacers. They tip off at 5 p.m. on TNT. Then we got game 7 in the Western Conference, the Rockets, the 2 seed, the 7 seed Warriors. That tips off at 7:30 p.m. on TNT tonight as well. Nolan DeBerry asks, NFC North rankings at the end of the season. What do you think? This is what I think. And Jet asked me this too, Nolan DeBerry, and I'm not going to be biased. Who I got? This is my ranking. I got the Lions, got the Packers, I got the Vikings, I got the Bears. That's my biased opinion today. That's how I look at it. Jet asks, who you got winning? Rockets or Warriors tonight? I got the Rockets winning this thing. I got it. I think the youth. I think the young legs is going to be it. And, obviously Golden State got the experience, but I think the Rockets they're gonna. I think they're gonna take it at home, and I think that Rockets Timberwolves series is going to be exciting to watch. Ty Marker, Steelers fan, but beautiful setup, man. Thank you, Ty. I gotta tell the truth. It's a green screen. I was able to find this setup, and I was able to. I'm rolling it through a green screen. So it actually ain't mine, but it is mine if you look at it like that. Oh, Lord, stop hating on the Bears. Ain't nobody hating on the Bears, DJ. Nobody is hating on the Bears. Nolan DeBerry asks. Let's follow up at the end. I think Lions, Bears, Vikings, Packers, but I really don't like the Packers. God damn, Nolan DeBerry, you going to put my Packers in, bringing up the rear? You know what? There has been some blasphemy in my TikTok chat. But I hear you, man. We're going to see. I'm going to remember this. I'm going to write this down, and we're going to revisit this come December. Ivan, bro, that green screen too good. I thought it was real. Laughing hey, man, I appreciate you, Ivan. I could have faked the funk, but I can't. I'm telling you, it's a green screen. Plan B asked me, how would you rank the NFC North quarterbacks? That's a good one. How would I rank? Obviously, I'm going to I got to go last. JJ McCarthy again. We don't know who he is at this point. Jordan Love. Damn. God dang. I'm trying not to be biased. Oh, Jordan Love is getting paid way too much. You're worth what the market is willing to pay you, Nolan DeBerry. That's what I say. You're worth what the market is willing to pay you. I'm gonna go with Goff. I'm gonna go with Love, and I'm gonna go with Williams. I just think Goff he's shown to be consistent. He's been there, done that. So I got to go with him. I'm going with my guy Love, and then I'm going with Williams, and then I'm going with McCarthy because we don't know what we're gonna get with McCarthy. Gotcha says Goff, Love, McCarthy, and Williams. All right. Caleb has a better coach this year. I agree with that, DJ Dwayne Juice. I think Ben Johnson is going to come in and do some things for him, but they still the damn Bears, as far as I'm concerned. That's just my honest opinion. I could give you know what? They still the Bears, and we still own them. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. So anyway, boy, we talking a lot of football over here. And boy, I tell you, football is a 365-day a year conversation. It's not like it used to be, and we're gonna stay with that. Let's stay with football. The NFL, Caleb 1-0 in Lambeau. He got lucky. Oh well. But anyway, the sun shines on the dog ass every now and then. Plan B, you know that, right? Jet says Minnesota got a bright future ahead. Go Pack, go Max. That's what I'm talking about. Let's talk about NFL Draft 2025, the year of the prank call. Do you think Shadur would play at all? Gotcha. I do think he will, but I don't think he would play for Cleveland. I think he would end up somewhere else. That's just my opinion. And I think Shadir will be fine. Will he be that? Will he be that dude? No. But will he be a pretty good quarterback? Yes. I think so. Zach says Caleb won against backups. Love went down, and Jacobs was pulled early because the game didn't matter. Yep, you're right, Zach. Gotcha. How about Shiloh? You know what? Shiloh's going to be one of those guys that's going to be able to contribute, man. I think as far as on special teams, he's a damn good tackler. And I think he's going to be one of those guys that can contribute. I think Shiloh he'll carve out a nice little career for himself, I think. You think Golden going to be the number one on the team? I think eventually he will, Ivan. I think Christian Watson, I want him to really be number one, but we can't keep him healthy. I'm going to start calling him the Anthony Davis of the NFL because he damn sure stay in street clothes. Jay Cott said, I swear you sound like Eric Mays. Oh, you talking about the late Eric Mays from the city councilman? I'm assuming the late city councilman. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. But yeah, and I love, peace be upon him, by the way, if that's the Eric Mays you're talking about, my good brother. I want to thank everybody for popping in, too. Tap that screen, get them likes up. But the NFL Draft 2025, again, it's been the year of the prank. Thanks for the follow, Ivan. We just found out another draftee got pranked. Ashton Genty, who was picked by the Raiders. Someone prank called him, too, as well. So these are all the players that received prank calls. Obviously, everybody knew about Shadur, Abdul Carter, the New York Giants edge rusher, Mason Graham, Cleveland Browns defensive tackle, Tyler Warren, Cal McCord, Chase Lunt, Isaiah Bond, who's still undrafted, and Ashton Genty. All those young men received prank phone calls. How in the hell is this happening in the NFL? How in the hell are these numbers getting leaked and some knuckleheads think it's funny to prank phone call these guys when this is the biggest moment of their career, NFL? What the hell is going on? You know what I mean? This is I had never heard this. I don't know if this had happened previously. If it was, they kept it hush-hush. But this is freaking ridiculous. So what can be done about it? I really don't know. You know, these guys got private numbers. Matter of fact, Shadur's phone came from Boost Mobile. And so the numbers were released only to NFL execs, personnel for different teams. So how in the hell are these numbers getting leaked? Gotcha says Isaiah Bond didn't get drafted he got some off-field issues that he still got to handle. And, that's unfortunate. So again, but he got pranked. Gotcha. Some Alabama fan got his number, some knucklehead, and called him up and pranked him like he was the GM for the Atlanta Falcons. And so man, I don't know the Falcons. Obviously, you probably guys, I've seen the reports. The Falcons got fined $350,000. The organization $200,000. The defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich was fined $100,000 because his knucklehead 21-year-old son Jax Ulbrich decided to think it was funny and yuck it up and called Shadur. And you know what I'm saying? So Matthew the Alpha Dog says, you have 1 minute to shut this live or else. Well, I guess I got or else then, Matthew the Alpha Dog, because I damn so ain't shut it down. So the leak is all Falcons. I don't know. I don't know, Gotcha. I don't know if it's the Falcons or not. We don't know where the leak came from. We don't know how, we don't know how these other guys, we know how the defensive coordinator's son got Shadur's number because he left his iPad open with the numbers up, and that's how his son was able. He saw it on his dad's iPad, and he wrote it down. Then him and his buddy, they called Shadur playing like they were the New Orleans Saints organization. So Ivan said, man, that's got to be tough, bro. Getting pranked, then not getting drafted is crazy. I know, right? And that ish ain't funny. I don't find nothing funny about that. Again, I can respect prank calls. Again, I think Nephew Tommy is the best at it, which I listen to quite frequently. But that ain't it. That ain't it. Jordan Scott said, I like the caveman. Hey, Jordan, I wish I could take the word, take the love for it, but it's really my green screen, bro. Really. I was able to find this still, and that's my green screen. God damn, another Bear fan, Keno. I see you. God damn it. And video it and posted it on social media, guys. So yeah, ain't they the smartest tools in the bunch, huh? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. There was a rumor Shadur was zesty, so he slipped. Yeah, you know what, Matthew? There was a lot of rumors leaked even prior to the draft about he didn't interview well. There were some issues with the Giants, according to reports that Brian Daboll didn't like the way he responded to they had some plays for him that they wanted to see how he would either audible out or how he would read it. They say they didn't like his response to it. They say he brought an entourage, this and that. And that's all, again, these are all reports. I can't say any of them is true. I don't know. But obviously that's why he slipped to the 5th round. And here we are. But I think he'll be fine. I think he is. I think they hating on him. And you know, sometimes you need something like this, man, to give you that motivation, you know. So some reports out that he didn't study. Go Pack, go! I see you, Umber Black. Appreciate the love. Green Bay, the 1 year they decided to draft the wide receiver, they get an overrated one, in my opinion. You don't like Matthew Golden? Speaking of Matthew, you don't like your namesake? Actually, I wanted the Arizona wide receiver. I wanted Tetoria McMillan. That's who I really wanted. But you know, Golden got that speed. He's a speedster. I think he ran the second fastest 40 at the combine, if I'm not mistaken. I think he ran like a 4.29 or 4.3 or something like that. So I'm happy with it. I rather had the Arizona wide receiver, but you know, it is what it is. So that's where we at. But again, NFL Draft 2025, we're going to be talking about this a lot in the upcoming weeks. Matter of fact, the NFL will release the regular schedule matchups on, I believe, May the 12th. I believe next Monday they will be releasing that. So we're going to talk about that, see what type of matchups we're going to have. Smoking Outlaw. So that's a dope room. Smoking Outlaw, I wish I could take the credit, but it's my green screen, Smoking Outlaw. I appreciate the love, though. I appreciate the love. I appreciate you following me, too, gotcha. Much love to you. So, yeah, so we're going to talk more about NFL Draft 2025. As a matter of fact, next week, we're going to talk a little bit more about LeBron James because he's a lightning rod for conversation. He's been bounced from the playoffs. What's next from him? Because I know a lot of people have a lot to Plan B calls him the GOAT. He's not my GOAT. I think he's one of the greatest players, but I can't call him the GOAT. I don't call anybody the GOAT. I just think it's different generations, different style of play. But it's funny that NBA basketball is the only sport we really get into this heated discussion about who's the GOAT. It's only basketball. You never really hear a lot about that about the NFL. You don't really hear a lot about that in baseball or anything else. For some reason, the NBA is a lightning rod for somebody that has to be the GOAT. And I just think it's crazy. And I think the conversation is played out, in my opinion. LBJ, second or third best player of all time. Gotcha says that. I think because it's so close, that could be possible Plan B. So, Benny Johnson, thanks for the follow. I appreciate all that. True. Appreciate the follow. So, again, we're going to talk more about the NFL draft. We're going to keep that. That's going to always be a running thing. NFL, we're going to talk about that all the time. Now, real quick, before we get out of here, got to talk about the retirement of Hall of Fame legend. Well, I ain't going to say retirement. The stepping down of Hall of Fame legendary San Antonio Spurs head coach Greg Popovich. If you didn't know, the 76-year-old Hall of Famer decided to step down. He's moving up to the front office to become the president of basketball operations for the San Antonio Spurs. He's been with that organization since 1994. He's been the head coach of the Spurs for 29 years, 5 NBA titles, coached some of the greatest players ever played, Tim Duncan, David Robinson, just to name a few, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, all those, and he's moving up. You know, his health finally caught up with him. Back in November, he had a mild stroke. He was away from the team. Then just a couple of weeks ago, he had another health scare when he was out eating dinner. Had to be rushed to the hospital, but he overcame that. So we definitely want to salute Greg Popovich, who's the winningest NBA head coach in NBA history, 1,422 wins, again, 5 NBA titles. One of the greatest coaches to ever do it, man, and a great human. I agree, Matthew. When I think about the Mount Rushmore of NBA head coaches, I think about Red Auerbach. I think about Greg Popovich now. I think about Phil Jackson. And I think about Pat Riley. I think when you talk, I'm just talking about the NBA. I think those are the 4 greatest head coaches, probably. Lenny Wilkins is all. I got you. He's on the outside. He may be 5 because I like him too. But when you look at his, I mean, he won the championship as a player and a coach too. And I like Lenny. Yeah. Obviously college, Tom Izzo. But I'm strictly talking about at the professional level. I think those are the 4 greatest NBA coaches ever. So, salute to Greg Popovich. That San Antonio Spurs is going to keep on rolling. I think they're going to be better. Obviously, they got younger with Victor Wembanyama. They traded for De'Aaron Fox. They got NBA Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle. And they're going to they're giving the reins to their interim. I think his name is Mitch Johnson. They made it official that he is going to be the permanent head coach. So they won't have to go look out and handpick any coaches. Go Pack Go. That's what's up, Jay. So we had to give a shout out again to Hall of Fame head coach Greg Popovich at the age of 76. He's stepping away from the NBA hardwood and moving up into the front office. They might go all out for Giannis this offseason. That's a possibility, Matthew, which would be crazy. I also saw somebody make up something about possibly the Lakers trying to go get Giannis so LeBron can get him some more help. LeBron, I need more help. I can't do it without any help. Oh, I gotta go get me some more help in here, guys. That's LeBron. Jeez. Anyway, I will leave that alone. We're gonna talk more about LeBron coming up, man, in the next week or so. Reese says Rockets are about to get Giannis B a good return, Jalen Green and Seguin in exchange. LeBron need 3 All-Stars on his team, and if they lose, it's the coach's fault. You're right, Matthew. Everybody can try to get Giannis, but he ain't going anywhere. How you like Matthew Golden? I like Matthew Golden. I rather would have had McMillan out of Arizona, but I'm cool with Matthew Golden. They are trading Seguin. Yeah, I hope the Rockets don't trade their young core. I hope they don't, and I hope they don't go get Kevin Durant. Please, for the life of me, Houston Rockets. This ain't no shade at Durant. I like him, but do not go get Kevin Durant. Leave that team the way it is. Let them young cats grow and do that. Since the Bears are better, I doubt it. But of course, Bears fans gonna say that. That's what you're gonna say. So again, I'm about to get out of here, guys. Man, it's been a pleasure chatting with you on TikTok. I love, man, you ladies and gentlemen. It's always good to chat it up. Y'all can catch me here every Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, noon Eastern. You can also catch me on Fridays afternoons at noon Central, 1 Eastern. Catch me live on Fridays as well, where we just chatting it up. We freestyling sports on Fridays again. Make sure if you haven't followed me here on TikTok. Or make sure you click that notification bell to be alerted when I go live. So make sure you follow me here. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channels if you don't mind. It doesn't cost you a thing. Kendrick Sports Hustle, as well as TFG Sports Media on YouTube. And you can follow them both on Facebook. And you can also follow me on Instagram at KDrick1969. Because I like a little music too. So I post a lot of stuff. I'm more sports, but I like music. Music is my other thing too. Ruben Luckman, go Pack Go. Much love. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. Appreciate the badge too. So again, I am Kendrick the Sports Guy. Again, you can catch me back here matter of fact, next Sunday is Mother's Day. I'm gonna do a show. I'm gonna do a show. We're gonna give mothers love. We're gonna talk about women, the women behind the athletes, the mothers behind the athletes. That's gonna be my Mother's Day show. We're gonna show the mothers some love next Sunday. Matthew says, last question. How do you feel about Jair Alexander getting traded? I think at this point, I wouldn't feel bad if he did, Matthew. I'm gonna be honest with you. Go Bears. I wouldn't feel bad. And I like Jair, but I think at this point, if we can get something for him, I would love to keep him, but I wouldn't be mad if they traded him either. Because at this point, I think, I think the relationship is kind of fractured, in my opinion. I appreciate the follow. Appreciate the follow, everybody. So again, that's my thoughts on that. Then we're gonna talk more NFL. That's all we're gonna talk more NFL as we come up. We're gonna talk more LeBron. But next Sunday, it's gonna be my special Mother's Day edition show. We're gonna talk about the mothers of some of my favorite athletes. How about that? All right. So catch me here, set your notification for next Sunday, 11 a.m. If you're not, maybe if you got to take your wife or your girlfriend or your sneaky link or your side chick or whoever that's the mother of kids, you got to take them to dinner. Wait till after the show to take them to dinner. You feel me? Yeah, just wait till after the show. They can wait, make sure you cook them breakfast. Get them cooking breakfast at like early in the morning. Then if you got to take them out to lunch or dinner, hold off until around 12 o'clock. Tell them you got to watch Kendrick the Sports Guy at 11 a.m. noon Central. All right? So there, bear down. I see you. That's what's up. Bear down. I could care less about the Bears. The Bears going down again, as they always do, because we own them. You feel me? So again, I know I keep rambling, but I'm going to get out of here. Again, man, y'all catch me this coming Friday, noon Central, 1 Eastern. We just going to be freestyling, talking about sports. All right? You all have a great rest of your Sunday. You all have a good week. And as one of my other Packers fans said in here, as my guy Ruben says, go Pack, go. And we out. Deuces. All right, guys, that is a wrap, man. I had fun on TikTok. If you want to come join the party, I'd rather you can watch me here too, but you can come over to TikTok and catch me over there at Kendrick Henderson 51s. Make sure you click that follow button, and it's a lot of chatter going on. It's a lot of conversation. There's a lot of interaction between the chat of people over there. So again, I am Kendrick the Sports Guy. Again, next Sunday it's gonna be my special Mother's Day edition. We're gonna talk about the mothers behind some of my favorite athletes. Make sure you click that notification bell. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. That is Kendrick Sports Hustle, as well as TFG Sports Media. And again, I am Kendrick the Sports Guy. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday, and you have a great week. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.